Good morning, everyone. You must have played with magnets so many times, and you must have observed your magnets working in your house at so many different places. You must have observed that when you leave the door of the refrigerator, it closes itself automatically. Same is with your pencil box. When you leave the flap of the pencil box, it immediately comes down because of a magnet present here. And you must have observed the earphones, the plugs of the earphones, when you bring them near to each other, they attract themselves and get attached to each other. I'm having here a board game of chess. You can see here that the pawns they are stuck to the board game and they are not falling off. Why? What is the reason? The reason is, of course, the magnets. So today in chapter number 13, Fun with Magnets, we are going to have lots of fun with the magnets. First of all, let us discuss how these magnets were discovered. It is believed that an ancient Greek shepherd named Magnus, once he was herding his sheep in the northern Greece in the district of Magnesia, and his stick got stuck to a black rock. Later on, it was found that that black rock it contained an iron ore named as magnetite. This magnetite was the first ever natural magnet to be found. Later on, the Chinese sailors they used this magnetite to find directions and named it lodestone. Lodestone means leading stone because it gave them directions. So that is why they called it lodestone. Now, let us come to the magnet and understand what exactly the magnets are and why do they attract. Magnets are the materials which have an ability to attract objects made up of iron, nickel, cobalt. Now, in addition to the regular presumption that only iron, nickel and cobalt are attracted to the magnets, many of you may not be knowing that some alloys of these metals like steel, they also get attracted to the magnets. Let us see here with the help of an activity. I'm having this magnet with me and I will bring it near a variety of things that I have kept here. When I bring it near an iron nail, the iron nail it gets stuck to the magnet. Why? Because the nail it is made up of iron and it is attracted to the magnet. Similarly, when I bring it near this bolt, the bolt also gets attracted to the magnet. But you will observe here that this bolt it is not made up of iron, it is made up of an alloy of iron that is known as steel. The iron, the coin it also gets attracted to the magnet. The key it also gets attracted to the magnet. But when I bring this magnet near the spoon, you can see here the spoon it is not getting attracted by the magnet. What is the reason? Reason is that this spoon it is made up of an alloy of iron which is known as stainless steel. This stainless steel it does not get attracted. Similarly, when I bring the magnet near the wood, wood is also not attracted by the magnet. The plastic is not attracted by the magnet and rubber is also not attracted by the magnet. So this means that there are certain substances which get attracted by a magnet. Such substances are known as magnetic materials, whereas the other materials which are not attracted by the magnet are known as. Now, the most important question is that why a magnet attracts certain things. Magnet attracts certain things because it has a field called magnetic field around it, which causes the attraction. Magnetic field of a magnet is a space around it where the magnetic force can be felt. Now I will show you with the help of an activity that what exactly is the magnetic field. So let us perform this activity. I have here a bar magnet. a simple magnet I am having here, which I have placed on a plain paper. Okay, now I am having with me some iron fillings, and I am going to sprinkle these iron fillings around this magnet, and you will see what happens. See the magic happening now. Isn't it lovely? See what is happening here. When I sprinkle the iron fillings around the magnet, you can see here quite clearly that some rings are formed as I have drawn on the board. See here, these are known as the magnetic lines of forces. These magnetic lines of forces denote a field around which the force of the magnet can be felt. Okay, let's come back to our paper and see something more very interesting. So, okay, now look here very closely, that when I am sprinkling more and more iron fillings here, see, in these distant areas, these lines are not formed. These lines are formed only near the magnet, not far from it, as you can see here. So this means that a magnet has only a certain space around which its magnetic force can be felt. This is known as its magnetic field. Okay, now I am having here a magnet. Okay, and near this magnet, if I bring this bolt like here, you can see no traction. I now see what I am doing. I am bringing this bolt nearer to the magnet. A time comes when without even any contact, the bolt, it gets attracted to the magnet. Let's do it again. See, no attraction, no attraction, no attraction, but the moment it comes near the magnetic field of the magnets, immediately without even any contact, the bolt, it gets attracted to the magnet. So this means that a magnet has an area around which it attracts the different magnetic materials. Okay, now let's come back to this activity once again and see one more interesting thing. See, now I am going to move my magnet. See what is happening here. Okay, now I have moved my magnet. One more thing I want you to observe here. Where is the concentration of iron fillings the maximum? Can you tell me? Of course, you are very right. It is maximum near the ends. So I can say that the magnetic field of a magnet, it is not same everywhere. The force of the magnet is maximum near the ends, and these ends are known as the poles. Now let's come back to the board once again. See here, I have also drawn the same diagram that I have shown you in the activity. The iron fillings, they get attracted towards the poles maximum. So we can say that magnetic field is strongest near the ends. So these ends are known as the poles. And for convenience, we name them North Pole and South Pole. Why they are called North Pole and South Pole, we will study further in the chapter. Okay, so this property, by virtue of which a magnet attracts magnetic substances towards itself, or of course even causes repulsion, is known as magnetism. Okay, now I will show you one more activity to show you that of course there is a field, and in this field the magnetic effect can be observed. Okay, now let us take up that setup. Okay, I have an iron stand here, as you can see, and in this iron stand I have placed a simple cup. Okay, and I am having here a U-pin which is made of steel, and this U-pin, it is tied to a thread. Now when I bring this U-pin near the base of this cup, it is not attracted. It falls down. As you can see here, it falls down. Okay, now I am going to do some magic and you will be surprised to see what happens. See what is happening now? My U-pin is hanging in the air all by itself like a kite, flying like a kite. Okay, see, there is nothing in between. See here, the gap of air is there, and my U-pin, by magic all by itself, it is flying like a kite. Now I'm going to tell you the trick. Let's come up and see what is causing this trick. See what I have placed inside my cup? I have placed a magnet, and as you can see here, the magnet, it has a strong magnetic field. So when this U-pin, it comes in the magnetic field, even without any contact, it is hanging in the air. Isn't it magic? This is what fun with magnets is all about. In the next video, I will tell you about the different types of magnets. Thank you.